Okay, welcome guys, and in this series we're going to be rooting the box on the HackTheBox platform, which is titled Valentine. Okay, so I've already done an nmap scan on this machine real quick. So that's the IP address 10.10.10.79, and we can see we got SSH open on port 22, HTTP port 80, and SSL HTTP 43. Okay, so a quick look at the web application. You can see all we've got is a blank page. If I try to do Control U, we can see the source code just shows that this is not a static page, so there's nothing really to look out for in there. But this picture actually, gives out a clue, because the picture here was the logo used for the Heartbleed SSL vulnerability. So that was a quick guess to see if this web application is actually vulnerable to Heartbleed. Okay, so I went in straight away and ran a scan on using Heartbleed. I'm just going to show you how I did that. So open a new window, MSF console, and search for the Heartbleed exploit. Okay, this is taking a bit of a while, but it should come up now, right? Okay, so we search Heartbleed. I'm also doing a slow search on the database, so this might take a minute. Okay. Just want to show you how I set up the parameters for, just two parameters were needed to be set to check if the web application is actually vulnerable to Heartbleed web server. Okay, so the result comes back. So we'll go for the first one, which is the auxiliary scanner. Just going to copy that to Metasploit and use the auxiliary module. Okay, it's clear. And then if you look at the options, we can see the parameters we need to set. So one which I set was to set the verbose, so I could probably see any data. So set verbose true, and also set our host to the IP address of the Valentine box, which is 10.10.10.10.79. So when we got that, we do a run. We could actually see the web application dumping our data. So there were some interesting things I found here, which was something that looked like an hash. So we could copy that out real quick. Put a new window there, paste that in my text. Okay, and looking through this, a lot of junk, to be honest, and this actually took me a while to figure out. So I ran that again and nothing came up. So, you could get lucky for you to actually be able to find meaningful data from all of this junk that were being sent out. But let me just show you what I found in one of the ones I've done before, which was in this one. I actually saw something here that looks like sort of a base64 code. So let's copy this out, see what that is, to take data there. Text. Okay, so because it's a web application, I think it would be worth to do a directory scan on the web application. So I did a 10.10.10.79 HTTPS, see what Deb came out with. So what does is run in the background. You could have a look at the Heartbleed to see if there are any sort of meaningful data that could come up. So do a run there again. Do a run again. See if there's anything meaningful in this data. Try that one more time. And nothing seems to be meaningful here. This actually took me a lot of time to try to figure out if I could actually get data being leaked out from the server to see what any sort of meaningful data. Okay, so what I'm going to do is while Deb is still doing the search, I'm just going to do the code we got there, echo that to paste. This a bit bigger, paste that in here, try to see if we could decode it. So grab base 64 and decode. You can see here we got something out which says Heartbleed, believe the hype. So that is something we could also keep for later. Okay. So let's run this again to see. So clicked on something there. Okay, and you can see here we've seen some directories here like decode.php, index.php. Okay, so let's see if there's a page actually titled decode.php. Okay, so we can see we got an encode decode page. And you can see it translates the base 64 code we got into something meaningful there. So that is taking a long time. But after a while, when running DIRTYCOW, I found two directories. One was dev, and there we found a note. And this says coffee research, fix, encoder, decode, and stuff. And then the other one gave out an hexadecimal, some sort of data. So I copied this out, and we can simply go to convert X to base 64. Found a web page there, and put the X string here. Actually, I think it's X to ASCII. So convert X to ASCII. Okay, so I put in the text here, paste, and convert. And you can see we got an RSA key. So you can select that, copy that out. So I'm just going to end this here. Okay, so clear, cd Valentine and create a key. So I'll call this val.key. Paste the key in here. Okay, so we've got the key there. And I believe probably this was a passphrase because I tried cracking this to no lock. So all I did was try to figure out what could the username be for this box. And I just had a wild guess at this name called hype. So let's just say .i, and then we produce the key, which is val.key -p port 22, the IP address 10.10.10.79. So the username I provided was hype at 10.10 and enter. Just copy this out for now. Right, so it's an unprotected file. So what we should do there is I'd rather cancel this and chmod 600 val.key. Okay, and then we'll try that again. Okay, so provide a passphrase, paste, and we logged in. Good. So we've got a user called hype. If we do cat/etc password, you can see the user called hype over here. But we don't know the password. So if we try to do a sudo -l, it's asking for the password of hype, and we don't have it. We only have the passphrase to the SSH key. So just provide something random. Okay, so one thing I did was to go to the home directory of here, ls, cd hype, ls, cd desktop. And then we can have the user flag over there. So here we can see the user flag. So having a look at the kernel version, you'll see this is Linux kernel 3.2 and there's a base 64. So after some search, because with the Linum sh, I was unable to find any sort of SUID, binary in order to elevate the privilege. So I just went straight for the DIRTYCOW Linux privilege escalation, which is 3.9 downwards. So our box probably fits into this one. So if I go onto my host machine, cd into var www.html list, I've already downloaded the file to dirtycow.c. So let me have a quick look at my config 10.15. So we can download this. So we can do wget http 10.10.10.45 and dirtcow.c. I think I got the IP address wrong there. It's 1445. Okay, so we do a list, we can find the file. So let's have a quick look at this exploit. How do we compile this exploit? So a quick look at this exploit shows we have to use some special flags like pthread and lcrypt to compile it using GCC. Okay, so we do GCC DIRTYCOW.c. Actually, we have to provide a pthread first. DIRTCOW.c, the output, let's call it DIRTCOW and lcrypt. Okay, so we do a list, we can find the, and then we'll just try to root the box. Password, provide cowbell. Just wait for that to root. So just give it some few minutes to see if, you know, and here he says he's created a user called FireFart with the password which I provided, which was cowbell. So we just have to wait for this to see if we've got a root to the box. So hopefully the box hasn't crashed, and we should be able to get our shell backwards and then be able to log in as this user. So you can see the box is still alive, it's not broken yet. So while that is going on, I'm just wondering if running this again, we might be able to see. So you can see here, this is a decode.php I found earlier on, and also there's a web page called var_encode.php as well. You can see a lot of junk, you know, being dumped out of the database. So you might have to run this a few times to actually be able to dump the passphrase, which I did earlier on. So still waiting for our shell. Because it actually says here pond, so I'm confident this has worked, but we just have to wait for that shell to drop back in. Because if we try to SSH with a new password, we wouldn't be able to have access to the box. So it's responded with some data there. Hopefully it should drop us into the shell. And there we go. So done check etc password and stuff. So I could do sudo firefart, see su firefart, provide the password cowbell, and we're in. So this is actually a privileged user, and if we go to cd root, you can see firefart has got access to the box and list, and that's the flag of the root flag. So this actually works, and you can see we should be able to cat the shadow file. Okay, and if we probably try to decrypt this, we might be able to get the password to the root user as well. So this, if you're using hashcat, which is hashcat examples, I'm thinking might be able to give us an indication of how to crack this password. Or running through this through John might be a success. So I hope that was helpful. The box was quite really tricky. I think I wasn't quite delighted or happy using you know, an exploit, a Kernel exploit to actually root this box, but I think if it works, and in this instance it worked. Alright guys, so thank you for watching.